From Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans in their last game losing to the Dallas Mavericks.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just... kept making things work. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Evans and Gordon are the guard set. G is out there with Davis, and it's Ajinça in at the center, walking down the middle. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Gordon. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Here's Westbrook. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Westbrook's got the game going here with the first basket for Oklahoma City. Davis. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
And they double up Davis. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in. You know, when you look at the Thunder and their defense, it starts with the length they have on the perimeter. It also helps to have rim protectors backing them up on any drive.
Waiters passes to Singler. Back to Waiters.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
And a final note on the Thunder defense. I don't think it is a mentality. They have guys that aren't scared and they're a solid group that knows how to play tough team defense.
Davis with his screen on Waiters. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And he gets it back. They grab their own miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
The Pelicans have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. No good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And here's Morrow outside. G with the rebound. Gordon against Waiters. And Davis, here we go. Knocked away. And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. Back to Ibaka. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Ibaka's got his second bucket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
G dishes to Ajinça. And that one's good.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Westbrook. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Here's Ibaka. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Westbrook, here we go. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Waiters against Evans. They swipe it. It's stolen by Ajinça. Here's Gordon. And the rejection by Ibaka. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for Anthony Davis. Cunningham comes in for G. Tony Douglas is checked in for Gordon. And it's Drew Holiday in for Tyreke Evans. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Omer Ashe, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Here's Westbrook. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And here's Anderson from the arc. And that one's good.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Douglas, the pass to Anderson. He gets it up. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we... return. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Cunningham, Tony Douglas out there with Holiday. Then there's Ryan Anderson, and it's Ashe in at the 5 spot. And Waiters kicks to Singler. Waiters dishes to Singler. Westbrook with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Just 4 to shoot. It's tipped. Douglas against Waiters. Outside Holiday. Anderson passes to Holiday. Douglas kicks to Cunningham. Here's Ashe. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Assist goes to Dante Cunningham. Timeout called for the Thunder.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Cantor checked in for the Thunder. Augustine comes in for Russell Westbrook. To the left side wing. Cunningham dishes to Ashe. And And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down. How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Ibaka kicks to Augustine. Here's Waiters. Nailed from three-point land. Waiters got 5 points so far.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there? Because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
And that one's good. And the Pelicans lead by 5. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And the Thunder with some changes. Singler, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dion Waiters.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Ajinça the pass to Davis. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, he's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Morrow dishes to Ibaka. Morrow kicks to Ibaka. Augustine in the corner. It's stolen by G. Here's Evans. And that one's good. And it's a 7-point Pelican lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Adams, he's checked in for Singler. 1:15 left to play here in the half. It's deflected. It's stolen by Davis. G kicks to Davis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Davis has got 8.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And Davis sends it back. There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. Six to shoot. Augustine with the steal. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Oklahoma City shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Kicks it to Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. The Thunder with another miss.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Here's Davis. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And both free throws good for Davis.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among.
And the first half is now in the books. Pelicans lead by 9. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Look who's coming out of the court. It's yours.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
Timeout. Start it.
The second half just about to get going here. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. DJ Augustine out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Morrow in at the 3. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. It's stolen by Ibaka.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
That's good. And that's 13 points for Russell Westbrook.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
The fadeaway. And Davis can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass tomorrow. The kick out to Westbrook. Ibaka sets the pick for Westbrook. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. In third, the Thunder.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Now, here's Ajinça. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
That's tipped. Davis kicks to Gordon. Back to Davis. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
And there's the feed to Ajinça. Left side, Davis. Shoots from 12. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Pelicans have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
2 shots.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. It seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential in free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
Cantor checked in for the Thunder. Waiters comes in for DJ Augustine. And then for New Orleans, Anderson comes in for G. And it's Holiday in for Tyreke Evans.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Here's Ajinça.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
And Waiters kicks to Westbrook. Back to Waiters. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Ibaka slams it in.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Gordon against Westbrook. It's deflected. Double team on Holiday. He dishes it to Davis. Gordon kicks to Ajinça. Feeds it to Anderson. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He just continues to light him up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Singler, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Perkins, he's checked in for New Orleans. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Westbrook, and he jams it with authority.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
That first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for the Pelicans.
Go on, show your appreciation for the Thunder Girls.
1:11 left in the third quarter. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. Davis against Ibaka. Davis down low. Low block shot on the way. Ajinça the pass to Davis. Misses off the right iron.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
To the middle. Here's Singler. 11 feet away. That doesn't go either for Davis. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Morrow, no good. Davis against Westbrook.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
The Pelicans shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Thunder trailing by 8.
No need to rush here. They can play for one shot.
Yeah, and I think the way you do it, you're patient as you indicated, and wait until about the 5-second mark before you get into your play.
Here's Waiters. Buries the 20-footer. Waiters got 7 points in the game. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. New Orleans on top. They're up by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. So the Pelican 5 right now. Evans and Gordon are the guard set. Davis is out there with G. And it's Ajinça in the center position. Just 5 to shoot. Westbrook with it. Evans picks him up. And Davis sends it back.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Here's Davis. They set the screen. He kicks to Ajinça. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for New Orleans.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Outside Westbrook. Off the pick. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Evans has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pelicans leading by 7. Davis dishes to G. It's Ajinça, top of the key. Shot clock at 6. The shot is off. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And here's Morrow outside. From beyond the arc and then some.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
And the jam by Ajinça.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the 3 as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
I like that. They obviously put the right guy on him.
Here's Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got 12 points here in the second half.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
There's the dish to Waiters. Back to Westbrook. Off target from 3-point range.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry had to say to the team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
He T.J. Augustine's checked in for Oklahoma City. Davis drives in.
Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production. You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team. He's made an effort to get into the defense a lot more by aggressively attacking the basket, and he's not shying away from the contact, which is giving him some free throw opportunities.
Out to the right wing. Morrow, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9. The Thunder have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Waiters with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Here's the 3. And Waiters with the bucket on the assist from Enes Kanter. Kanter's got his 3rd assist on the night. Ajinczak kicks to Davis. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Evans again. Augustine. Stolen by Gordon. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Davis against Augustine. Just 5 on the clock. Knocked loose. Augustine with the steal. And here's Morrow outside. Tyreke Evans comes up with the rebound.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
Augustine, no luck. Here's New Orleans. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Kyle Singler.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Offensive rebound. Here's Davis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Free throw good, Davis.
Anthony Davis.
And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
Westbrook kicks to Singler. From deep, Morrow.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Dominating on the glass, Greg. I mean, a huge